Tractors Belarus 1523 2022, designed for different agricultural works, main seedbed works, seeding and harvesting, and transport works. Let's see the layout of controls and instruments of upper part of the cab. In the left upper part of the cab, there is a cab light for additional lighting. In the tractors with air conditioner mounted, in the central segment of the cab, located switch for airflow adjustment, conditioner cutout switch, and cooling capacity adjustment. With adjustment of them, can be achieved comfortable microclimate during the operation. Switch for airflow adjustment can be set in 3 possible speed ranges, ascending airflow. To switch on the conditioner, it's required to turn the cutout switch from 0 position until a blue scale begins. To switch off the conditioner, it's required to turn both switches counterclockwise into 0 position. Take into consideration that when conditioner operates, the heater control valve shall be shut off. For reliable conditioner operation, essential to remember that the conditioner switching off is necessary to complete before 5 minutes of engine stop. Near the front windscreen located 6 deflectors. By turning off deflectors can be achieved air direction in the cab. In the right upper part of the cab, located upper shield unit of button switches. Switching on and off buttons performs the following: front working lights in the top of the cab, rear working lights, inner and outer, rear screen wiper and washer. Also, in the upper part, the sun protection visor is provided. In the left side of the dashboard, located instrument board, included the following gauges and pilot lamps. Gauge to indicate fuel volume in the tank, pilot lamp of reserve fuel volume in the tank, lights up at reserve fuel volume reduction until 1/8 from the tank volume. Attention! Don't let the tank become empty when the gauge pointer is in the zone of orange color. Gauge to indicate temperature of engine coolant. The scale of this gauge has 3 zones: information zone, working zone, emergency zone. Pilot lamp of emergency temperature of engine coolant operates in 2 modes: flashing at cooling temperature from 109 to 112 Celsius degree, glows constantly at coolant temperature from 113 degrees and higher. Gauge to indicate oil pressure in the engine lubrication system. The scale of this gauge has 3 zones: working and 2 emergency zones. Pilot lamp of emergency oil pressure in the engine lubrication system lights up at pressure reduction less than 100 kilopascals. If the emergency pressure lamp is on with the engine running, immediately stop the engine and eliminate the failure. Gauge to indicate the pressure in the pneumatic system. The scale of this gauge has 3 zones: working zone and 2 emergency zones. Pilot lamp of emergency air pressure in the pneumatic system lights up at pressure reduction less than 500 kilopascals. Voltage gauge indicates accumulated batteries voltage with the engine stopped, with the key of starter and instrument switch is set in position 1. With the engine running, the voltage gauge indicates voltage on generator terminals. A pilot lamp near the voltage gauge lights up in case of problems with the additional battery charge. If the voltage gauge indicates absence of accumulator battery charge, check the state and tension of the generator drive belt. Gauge to indicate oil pressure in the transmission system indicates oil pressure in the hydraulic system of friction clutches control in tractor transmission. The scale of oil pressure has 3 zones, from 800 to 1500 kilopascals, 2 emergency zones. Integrated indicator displays the information about operational data of systems and units of the tractor and provide operator with data on violation of work or breakdown of any system. The integrated indicator includes gauges and lamps shown below. Velocity gauge, engine speed gauge, rear PTO speed gauge, pilot lamp to indicate headlights upper beam switching, pilot lamp to indicate switching of trailer turn blinkers, pilot lamp to indicate switching of tractor turn blinkers, pilot lamp to indicate parking brake engagement, pilot lamp to indicate enhanced voltage in onboard system, pilot lamp to indicate low level of coolant, multifunctional display. Lightning segments and indicators of PTO speed display the rear PTO speed. At turning on rear PTO takes place the following. The indicator 540 revolutions per minute light up, and when speed 320 revolutions per minute achieved, the lower segment lights up. With increasing of speed, the upper segments light up simultaneously. When the speed 740 revolutions per minute achieved, the indicator 540 and all the segments switch off. The indicator 1000 revolutions per minute lights up, and all the segments from lower to upper begin to light up. The exact value of rear PTO speed can be seen at multifunctional display. Multifunctional display is a liquid crystal display that shows different information. In the left field of multifunctional indicator, the number of current gear on. In the right field, by the simultaneous pressing of mode button, the following information can be shown. Onboard voltage, instant fuel flow, total elapsed engine time, remaining fuel volume, time of running with remaining fuel, rear PTO speed. Also, multifunctional indicator can show the messages about failures, for example, no signal from integrated electronic control system, failure of left engine sensor, failure of right engine sensor, no signal from engine control unit, no signal from fuel volume sensor during 2 seconds. In the central upper part of the dashboard, located pilot lamps unit with 5 lamps. Pilot lamp to indicate that the air cleaner filter is clogged to the maximum. Pilot lamp to indicate emergency oil pressure drop in the system of hydrostatic power steering. Pilot lamp to indicate rear axle differential lock. Pilot lamp to indicate glow plugs operation. Pilot lamp to indicate emergency brake fluid level. Accumulator battery remote disconnect switch at pressing, switch on the battery, and at repeated pressing, switching off the battery. The starter and instrument disconnect switch has 4 positions: O, off, 1. Instruments, pilot lamps unit, inlet air preheater are on. 2. Starter is on, non-fixed position. 3. Radio set is on. On the right side, under the integrated indicator, located the button of front working lights. 2 front working lights, located on front light brackets, are actuated together with light indicator built in the button. The central light switch has 3 positions. Position 1, off. Position 2, front and rear parking lights, license plate lights, lighting of instruments on the dashboard and also parking lights on a trade implement are on. Position 3. All consumers of 2 position and road headlights are on. Upper from the central light switch, located emergency flashing button that activates the emergency flashing at pressing. A pilot lamp built in the button flashes simultaneously with the emergency flashing lights. Repeated pressing of the button deactivates the emergency flashing. The left multifunctional underwheel switch provides for activation of turn blinkers, upper beam signaling, blinking, switching between upper and lower beam of headlights, audible honk. The right multifunctional underwheel switch provides for activation of a dual-speed wiper and washer of the windscreen. On tractors equipped with Minsk motor plant engines, in the left part of the shield unit located the engine stop handle. On the lower part of the cab located clutch control pedal, handle for steering rake fixation, left and right brake control pedals with connection rod. Acceleration pedal. On the left from driver's seat, the handle of parking brake and PTO turning on handle located. In the right front driver's seat located gearbox controls, fuel supply controls, PTO controls, hydraulic cylinders controls. Also, from the right of drivers, located side panel, which is included rear hitch control panel, panel with front drive axle controls, rear drive axle differential lock controls, and front PTO controls, engine control panel. Before use the tractor, the running and appropriate maintenance shall be performed according to the manual. The first 30 hours of tractor operation have a great influence on the performance level and durability of the tractor, especially the engine. Attention! The first 15 hours of operation shall be on easy transport works, remaining time on easy agricultural works, using hydraulic link system. Boarding the tractor. Boarding, entry in the cab and exit from the cab do through the left door, holding the handrail face to the cab. Preparing for start and starting the engine. To start the engine of Belarus 1522-2022 tractors, carry out the following actions. Engage tractor parking brake. Open the fuel tank handle. If required, fill in fuel and lead the fuel delivery system to remove air. Set the fuel feed control lever into medium position or into a position corresponding to a minimum fuel supply of the engine, depending on engine model, and the PTO handle into brake position. Set the gearbox levers and the range shifting lever into neutral position. Turn on the accumulator battery switch. Turn on the key of the starter and instrument switch into fixed position 1. After that, the pilot lamps of dashboard and side console light up and flashing. The gate needles tremble or deviate from their initial positions. The buzzer sounds, thus confirming workability of controls. As long as the glow plug signal lamp starts blinking or fade, depends on engine complete set. Turn the key of starter and instrument switch into position 2 and hold the key until the engine is started, but no longer than 20 seconds. Attention! Clarify the characteristic of the engine start on your tractor in supplied manual. It's forbidden to operate the tractor in closed rooms without required ventilation. Exhaust gases may cause death. It's forbidden to run the engine with the systems of cooling and engine lubrication unfilled. Start the engine only when you stay in operator's seat. Remember please, that the engine start is only possible with the gearbox range shifting lever in a neutral position. Before start the engine, there should be no people under it, in front or behind, as well as between the tractor and the implement. It's forbidden to start the engine when the tractor is taken in tow, as it may result in engine breakdown. tractor motion start. Attention! Your tractor is equipped with turbocharged engine. High speed of turbocharger shaft requires reliable lubrication of its bearings when starting the engine. Therefore, after the engine start, warm the engine until the steady work on crankshaft speed 700-900 revolutions per minute during 2-3 minutes. Then let the engine operate at higher speeds. Increase gradually speed up to no more than 1600 revolutions per minute until the coolant temperature is 40 degrees Celsius. It's forbidden to operate the tractor at engine emergency oil pressure lamp shining. If engine emergency oil pressure lamp shines, stop the engine immediately. Before movement start, find required range and speed on speed diagram, which is necessary to switch on to get the right speed of motion. To put in motion tractor equipped with a gearbox 16 on 8, the following shall be done. Reduce engine minimum rotation speed. Depress completely clutch pedal. Set the necessary gearbox range. Move the gearbox range lever into the extreme right spring-loaded position and pull the lever towards yourself or push off the lever from yourself for the lowest or highest gear stage. Return the lever into neutral position and then to the left to select desired range. Select the desired speed with gear shift lever. Disengage parking brake. Release slowly clutch pedal, increasing at the same time fuel delivery. Tractor starts to move. To put in motion tractor equipped with a gearbox 24 on 12, the following shall be done. Reduce engine minimum rotation speed. Depress completely clutch pedal. Select desired range. Forward move the range shift lever in one of three positions, A, B or R, in according to the range switching diagram. Press one of two buttons on the gear range shifting lever, H button for switching on the highest gear stage and L button for switching on the lowest gear stage. The alarm button turns on, red color for highest gear range and green color for lowest gear range. Select desired gear shift by moving the lever from neutral position in one of positions. Disengage parking brake, release slowly clutch pedal, increasing at the same time fuel delivery. Tractor starts to move. Attention! It's forbidden to start movement with big traction load. Shift the ranges and change gear with fully depressed clutch pedal only. Performing transport works, it's allowed the gear shifting on the go within the range. Perform gear shifting when driving tractor freewheeling with clutch pedal fully depressed. Turning on the L or H gear stage is only possible on the stopped tractor after the gear shifting lever set in the neutral position. During the tractor operation, never keep your foot on pedal clutch because it may cause the damage. To turn on the gear smoothly, without jerks, move the gear shifting lever according to the scheme and hold it depressed until complete gear shift on. When put tractor in motion, please make sure that the parking brake is disengaged. Tractor stop. To stop the tractor, do the following. Reduce engine speed. Depress completely clutch pedal. Set range and gear shifting lever in neutral position. Release the clutch pedal and stop the tractor with walking brake. Engage the parking brake. Attention! To stop the tractor immediately, sharply depress clutch and brake pedals. Engine stop. Attention! Before stop the engine, lower all the implements to the ground. Let the engine run at a speed 1000 plus minus 100 rotations per minute during 3-5 minutes. It will help to reduce the engine coolant temperature. To stop the engine, do the following. Set the rear PTO control into off position. Set the rear PTO drive level into position PTO drive off. Disengage the rear axle differential lock, the front drive axle drive and the front PTO, if installed. The handles of the hydraulic distributor system set into the neutral position. Set the hydraulic lift linkers into position off. Turn the conditioner or heater off. Pull the engine stop handle, if installed. Turn the key of the starter and instrument switch from position 1 into position O. Deactivate the accumulator battery when the engine is stopped for a long time. Actions in extreme situations. To stop the tractor immediately, sharply depress clutch and brake pedals. For emergency stop of the engine, pull the engine stop handle if installed. If not, turn the key of the starter and instrument switch from one position to position O. In case of an accident, immediately stop the engine, brake the tractor, deactivate accumulator batteries, and get off the tractor through one of the emergency exits, through one of the doors or rear or side windows. In case the engine crankshaft speed goes up excessively, stop the engine and brake the tractor. In case a fire bat occurs, stop the engine, brake the tractor, turn off the accumulator battery switch, power some sand onto the fire bed, cover with canvas cloth, sackcloth, or other dense material. Use a powder-tight fire extinguisher. Don't power water over burning fuel and oil. Maintenance service on a shift basis is required to maintain the tractor in operable state during the operation. Inadequate performance of maintenance frequency and its poor quality increases sufficiently the quality of failures, drop the engine power, and increases the tractor operation costs as a result. Operator must carry out daily inspection of the tractor, excluding fasteners, torque retention loss, fuel, liquid and oil leakage, dirt and other deposits, accumulation, which can cause operation troubles, ignition and accidents. Before start to perform maintenance operations, stop the engine and brake tractor with parking brake. Previously, set tractor on the flat horizontal surface. For access to all parts of the tractor, lift up bonnet and fix it in the raised position by installing a support rod. Make sure of reliable fixation of the bonnet. Operation 1. Check of oil level in the engine. Set the tractor on the flat horizontal surface. Check of oil level in the engine no earlier than after 3-5 minutes after engine stop. When oil flows down in the crankcase, pull out the probe and wipe it with clean cloth and put the probe back until it stops. Pull out the probe again and inspect the oil level. It shall be between the highest and the lowest marks of the probe. If necessary, remove the cap and add oil through the filler neck. Important! Don't let the engine work with oil level lower than the lowest mark of the probe. Don't power oil higher than the highest mark of the probe. Excess oil will burn, creating a false impression of a large oil consumption. Operation 2. Checking the level of coolant in the engine cooling system. To check the coolant level, do the following. Open surge tank cap. Check the coolant level, which should be 50-60 mm below the height of the filler expansion tank. If necessary, add the coolant and close the cap of the tank. Attention! It's forbidden to fill the engine cooling system with water. Cooling system operates under pressure, which is maintained with the valve in the expansion chamber plug. It's dangerous to remove the plug when the engine is hot. Let the engine cool down, cover the plug with thick fabric and turn it slow, to reduce pressure in a smooth manner, before the plug is fully unscrewed. Operation 3. Check of oil level in the transmission line. Check oil level in the transmission line by means of a probe. Oil level shall stay between the probe marks. When necessary, turn off a cap and refill the oil up to the required level through the filler neck. Operation 4. Check oil level in hydraulic steering control tank. Check oil level according to the oil level gauge in hydraulic steering control tank, located on the right side of the clutch case. Oil level shall be between marks O and P. If necessary, remove the cap with the valve and add oil up to the mark P. Operation 5. Check oil level in the rear hitch oil tank. Check oil level according to the oil level gauge. Level shall be between marks O and P. If necessary, remove the cap of filling neck and add oil up to the mark P. Attention! Oil level checking operations in the hydraulic lift linkage tank shall be carried out only with the retracted rod of front and rear lift linkage, hydraulic cylinders of the implements coupled with the tractor. When tractor coupled with machines that require a greater selection of oil, power oil up to the mark C of oil probe. Operation 6. Check hydraulic brake fluid level in tanks of hydraulic drive clutch and brakes operation control. Check visually hydraulic brake fluid level in the tank of the main clutch coupling cylinder on the left side along the tractor above the hydraulic system oil tank, and tanks of the main brake cylinders on the right side above hydraulic steering control tank. Level shall be between minimum and maximum marks. made on the tank's housing. If necessary, add the hydraulic brake fluid up to the maximum mark, having turned off the tank caps. Operation 7. Drainage of the condensate water from the pneumatic system balloon. For condensate drainage from balloons, pull the ring drain valve ring toward the horizontal direction of any side and hold it until full drainage of condensate. Operation 8. Check brakes functioning in running order. The engine, steering, light alarm devices operability. The engine shall work steadily in all modes. Control elements, light warning, and acoustic alarm devices shall be properly operated. Simultaneous engagement of the right and left service brake shall be ensured. Operation 9. Check air conditioner hose fixtures. Carry out visual inspection of air conditioner hose fixtures. Air conditioner hoses shall be fixed properly with coupling bands. The hoses shall not be in contact with moving parts of the tractor. Operation 10. Inspect clean air conditioner condenser. Check cleanness of the engine radiator core. In case it's clogged, clean it with compressed air. Airflow shall be directed straight to the conditioner downwards. Greased ribbon must be straightened with plastic or wooden plate. In case of severe clogging, rinse it with hot water under pressure no more than 0.15–0.2 megapascals and blow it with compressed air. Operation 11. Inspect clean air conditioner drainage pipes from condensate water. Light blue drain pipes are placed to the right and to the left of radiator pipe under the sealing panel. To avoid clogging, the drain pipes shall be checked and cleared when necessary. Cleanness of a drain pipe is indicated by water dripping when the work air conditioner is used in hot weather. Operation 12. Check of tire state. Carry out inspection of outside appearance and conditions of the tires in order to detect faults or objects getting stuck in the tires. If necessary, clear the tires of the foreign objects. In case the tires have defects going up to the tire fabric or cracks going through the whole tire thickness, dismount the tire and send it to the special repair workshop for a treating. If the tires have defects is beyond repair, replace the tire. Defective tires shall be sent for recycling. Operation 13. Inspection of hydraulic system components. Carry out inspection of the tractor hydraulic system components. When the condensation and downflows are detected, eliminate them by means of threaded joints retorque. Operation 14. Check rings of gripper tools of front and rear lift linkage. Check the pockets where the hinge joint locking mechanism in the gripper tools of the rear and front lift linkage, if installed. In case of dirt accumulation, clear the internal pockets and rinse it with water. Operation 15. Check the state of harnesses and wires of electrical equipment. Check the condition of wires, harnesses in the engine compartment, at the area of front part of the cab, and visible parts in respect of melting, chafing, and destruction of outer parts of isolation. If there are above listed defects, restore damaged areas with adhesive tape and eliminate the cause of damages.